Okay, so today we're going to discuss Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra, Shloka number 33. This is a very popular Shloka, very famous and very favorite Shloka to Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya of ISKCON. This Shloka is very favorite to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada used to recite this Shloka, Krishna tvadīya-pada-paņkaja-pañjarāntam, this Shloka, whenever he finds some free time, like he was walking in the hallway or he was just sitting in a car. When he was not doing something very actively, like writing books or giving lecture, he used to recite this shloka. Even while eating prasadam, sometimes, many times he used to quote this shloka. This is shloka number 33 from Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra. So let us sing this shloka and then read the translation, word for word meaning, and some discussion. Krishna tvadīya-pada-paņkaja-pañjarāntam adyaiva me viśatu mānasa-rāja-ham.
Prabhuji, share the screen.
Oh, I'm not sharing? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Krishna tvadīya-pada-paņkaja-pañjarāntam adyaiva me viśatu mānasa-rāja-ham.
Krishna tvadīya-pada-paņkaja-pañjarāntam
adyaiva me viśatu mānasa-rāja-ham. prān-a-prayān kapha-vāta-pittaih hāvarodhana-vidhau smaranam kutas.
a-samaye kapha-vāta-pittaih
hāvarodhana-vidhau smaranam kutas. Okay. Chandrakala, can you read the translation?
Yes, Prabhuji. O Lord Krishna, at this moment let the royal swan of my mind enter the tangled stems of the lotus of your feet. How will it be possible for me to remember you at the time of death, when my throat will be choked up with mucus, bile, and air?
Okay, so this is continuation of the theme for the previous 4 shlokas that we discussed. From shloka number 3, 4, 5, 6, there is one theme for that, right? The first 2 shlokas, there is one theme. Kulshekar Alvar was glorifying Krishna with different names. It was a pure Nama Sankirtana there. And then he started asking Krishna, what does he want? So his one and only one wish or desire is to remember Krishna all the time, to remember the lotus feet of Krishna, to serve the lotus feet of Krishna. That was his one and only one desire. Bhavantam ekantam yantamartham avismritistvacharanāravinde bhave bhave mestu bhavat prasadat. O Mukunda, may I always remember you lifetime after lifetime. Please give me this non-forgetfulness of your lotus feet. And then in the next shloka he says, Naham vande tava charanayor dvandva madvandva heto kumbi pakam gurumapi hare narakam napanetum ramya rama mridutanulata nandane napirantum bhave bhave hridaya bhavane bhavayeyam bhavantam. Kulshekar Alvar said, I am not asking for the remembrance of your lotus feet to get any material benefits. If I have to take birth in earthly planet, I'm not asking for the remembrance of your lotus feet to get rid of the dualities. I'm not asking to give birth in heavenly planet so that I can enjoy. And I am not taking shelter of your lotus feet to prevent me from going through the Kumbi Pakam punishment in the hellish planets. But my one and only one desire is to serve your lotus feet lifetime after lifetime. Bhave bhave hridaya bhavane bhavayeyam bhavantam. Then nasta dharme navasu nichaye naiva kamopabhoge. I do not have any desire, I do not have any attachment to accumulating wealth, and I do not have any attachment to fulfill dharma, to fulfill the purusharthas, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. I'm not even interested in liberation. And the only wish is
Marnaute Chintayami.
Charanaute maranepi chintayami. Charanaute maranepi chintayami. At the time of death, please make me remember your lotus feet. Okay? So that was the 6th shloka, right? Charanaute maranepi chintayami. That's where we ended. So Nasta Dharme is 5th shloka. Nasta Dharme Navasunichaye Naiva Kamopabhoge Yad Bhavyam Tad Bhavatu Bhagavan Purva Karmanurupam Etat Prarthyam Mama Bahumatam Janma Janmantarepi Tat Padhamboruha Yugagata Nischala Bhaktirastu. So in 5th shloka, Kulshekara Alvar asked for Nischala Bhakti. Nischala Bhakti. And then 6th shloka, Kulshekara Alvar asked for remembrance of Krishna at the time of death. Diviva bhuviva mamastu vaso narakeva narakantaka prakamam avadhirta sharadara vindau charanau te maranepi chintayami. So, if you focus on this last line, charanau te maranepi chintayami. Chintayami means, may I always remember. Marane, at the time of death. Charanau, your lotus feet. May I remember your lotus feet at the time of death. And then the connected shloka is shloka number 33 that we just sang. Krishna tvadīya-pada-paņkaja-pañjarāntam adyaiva me viśatu mānasa-rāja-ham prān a-prayān a-samaye kapha-vāta-pittaih hāvarodhana-vidhau smaranam kutas. Actually, we should listen to this shloka from Prabhupada, how Prabhupada sings. So let me try to find this in YouTube. 1 second. Prabhupada's voice is very, very powerful, like a metallic bullet.
Krishna tvadīya-pada-paņkaja-pañjarāntam adyaiva viśatu me mānasa-rāja-ham prān a-prayān kapha-vāta-pittaih hāvarodhana-vidhau smaranam kutas. Krishna tvadīya-pada-paņkaja-pañjarāntam adyaiva viśatu me mānasa-rāja-ham prān a-prayān a-samaye kapha-vāta-pittaih hāvarodhana-vidhau smaranam kutas.
So let's listen to this one more time.
Krishna tvadīya-pada-paņkaja-pañjarāntam adyaiva viśatu me mānasa-rāja-ham prān a-prayān a-samaye kapha-vāta-pittaih hāvarodhana-vidhau smaran kutas Krishna tvadīya-pada-paņkaja-pañjarāntam adyaiva viśatu me mānasa-rāja-ham prān a-prayān a-samaye kapha-vāta-pittaih hāvarodhana-vidhau smaran kutas.
Okay, so that was a beautiful one. So this was very favorite to Prabhupada. He used to sing all the time. So now let's look at the word for word meaning and some discussion.
One question, Prabhuji. When I heard Prabhupada's voice,
Yeah.
he said kapha-vāta-pittaih, but
He's Bengali,
we are
right?
reciting.
So he's Bengali, so his accent is different.
Okay,
Yeah,
because in the written is pittaih, so that's why I'm
yeah.
confused.
Pittaih. Yeah, yeah. Bengalis they pronounce some syllables in a different way. For example, yajna. If there is a word yajna, Prabhupada
Yes,
always
Prabhuji.
says.
I am married to Bengali, Prabhuji, so I know.
Oh yeah, you know it. Yeah, Prabhupada pronounces it as jagya.
Yeah.
Instead of ya, they say ja. Jagya. Yeah.
They will say jol khabo. How can the
Ah,
jol khabo?
yeah, yeah. Roshogulla. Something like that. Yeah. Okay. So this is the word for word meaning. Krishna, O Lord Krishna, tvadīya, your, pada, feet, pankaja, lotus flower, panjara, the network, antam, the edge, adya, now at the moment, at this moment, eva, certainly, may, my, viśatu, may enter, mānasa, mind, raja, royal, hamsa, swan, prāna, of death, samaye, at the time, kapha, mucus, vata, air, pittaih, and with bile, kantha, throat, hāvarodhana-vidhau, when it is choked, smaranam, remembrance, kuta, how is it possible, te, of you. O Lord Krishna, at this moment, let the royal swan of my mind enter the tangled stems of the lotus of your feet. How will it be possible for me to remember you at the time of death, when my throat will be choked up with mucus, bile, and air? Okay.
This question I already have, Prabhuji, so thank you for taking this today. It's always in the mind. Yeah, this question is always in the mind. Like if the health is not there, like the one that happened on Janmashtami also. So if health doesn't support, how do we continue the prayer that happens?
Yeah, exactly. So we'll read the purport also. It's a short purport. Other shlokas have long purports in Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra, but this one is a little shorter. We can read this purport also. But before that, I just want to explain this shloka, the meaning of this shloka in a nutshell. So the previous shloka number 6, we saw Kulshekar Alvar was praying that Charanau te marane pi chintayami. May I always remember your lotus feet at the time of death. But now he is saying, how can I remember you at the time of death? Because at the time of death, there will be excruciating pain. And Mundaka Upanishad, which is one of the 108 Upanishads, describes the pain of Jiva at the time of death is compared to biting of 14,000 scorpions at the same time. Now, if one scorpion bites us or bites us, it's very painful. Now imagine 14,000 scorpions biting at the same time. So that's how excruciating the pain will be at the time of death. Why so much of pain? Why would the jiva feel so much of pain at the time of death? It's because of attachments to material things. Attachment to family, attachment to material objects, attachment to house, attachment to car, attachment to the project at office, attachment to the bank balance, attachment to business, attachment to this, that, attachment to everything, attachment to enjoyment. So when there are so many attachments that we have accumulated during the lifetime, all of these attachments will be taken away. Mercilessly, all the attachments will be taken away at the time of death in just a fraction of a second. So that's why when the attachments are taken away, the soul feels so much of pain. Let's say during this lifetime, somebody loses large amount of wealth. In today's time, there are so many scams, cyber scams are happening. So many online scams are happening. Let's say somebody loses all of their life savings, like they have saved 1 million, for example. And if due to some unfortunate event, if all that 1 million is gone, they will feel great amount of pain. And imagine on top of that, if there is a death in the family, more pain. And on top of that, let's say there is a job loss, further more pain. So like this, at the time of death, all these things will be taken away. Not just 1 million, but all the wealth that we have accumulated. All the riches, all the houses, all the jewelry, all the money, all the stocks, all the 401k, everything that you have, everything is taken away. The relations, the jobs, the business, everything will be taken away. That's why the soul feels so much of pain at the time of death. And the body goes through so many symptoms externally. The pain that the soul feels, that is internal, that we cannot see, right? But there are external symptoms. The pain that the soul is going through is exhibited by the external symptoms. Sometimes the whole body is quivering, and person screams out loud. Person who is going to die, they will scream out loud, or they will exhibit different kind of behavior. Their eyes will be will become big, and then the tongue will come out, hands will go here and there. So different symptoms will happen. And also the throat will be choked. They cannot speak, they cannot say anything. They're trying to speak, but they cannot say anything. And inside the body, in the intestine area, so many things will happen. So it's a very painful thing. So Kulshekhar Alvar is saying, at that time, when all these things are going on, how can I focus my mind on your name, on your lotus feet, or on your beautiful form, how can I remember you? Now, when we are chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, let's say you have Japamala on your hands. As soon as you begin your chanting, the mind goes here and there. So it's very difficult to focus. Mind is compared to monkey. Mind is chanchala. Arjuna says in Bhagavad Gita chapter 6, Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramadhi balavad dhrudam. Tasyaham nigriham manye vayur iva sudushkaram. I can control the raging wind, but not my mind. Chanchalam. Chanchalam Krishna. Oh Krishna, my mind is very unstable. It's wavering. All the time it's wavering. And two symptoms or two features of the mind that Arjuna describes. Pramadhi balavat drudam. Three symptoms, three features actually. Pramadhi balavat drudam. Pramadhi means it's dangerous. Pramada. Telugu also we have this word. हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं अंकिता? प्रमाद, डेंजर को क्या बोलते हैं?
Khatra.
Khatra? Okay. Is there any word something like pramad, pramadam, something like that?
Not that I'm aware of.
No. Okay. But there is a word in Telugu, pramadam. Chandrakala, Annapurna, you know, right? Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Pramadam.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Pramadi balavat dridam. Pramadi means it's dangerous. Mind is dangerous. It's a dangerous weapon. And balavat. Balavat means it's strong. It's very powerful. It's strong. Mind makes us do everything. Whatever we are doing, okay, it's all because of mind. It's all because of dictation from the mind. Mind is engaging the senses. Mind is pulling the senses to be engaged in sense objects. And dridam. Pramadi, balavat and dridam. Dridam means obstinate, stubborn. So above mind is the intelligence. If you look at the hierarchy, right, from bottom to up, at the bottommost level there are senses. Above senses is the mind. Above mind is intelligence. So when we are trying to cultivate spiritual knowledge, when we are trying to sharpen our intelligence, intelligence means the power to discriminate between good and bad, the power to discriminate between right and wrong. That can be done by reading scriptures. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Patanam, all these things. So when we are trying to feed spiritual knowledge to the mind, which in turn the mind has to train the, when we try to feed in the spiritual knowledge to intelligence, and intelligence in turn has to train the mind to behave in a proper way. The intelligence is trying to discipline the mind, control the mind. But mind is very obstinate, stubborn. Mind doesn't listen. Mind doesn't like to be disciplined. So that is obstinate, dridam. So children also, right? We can see as they are growing in the second year, third year, fourth year, fifth, and so on, they become more and more stubborn. First year they are just in the in your lap and in the crib, in the cradle, or not much speaking, not much walking. So first year is the most enjoyable, cute time, precious time. Second year, they say terrible too, right? And third year is also, third year is fine. they start speaking little words, and you start to enjoy those words. Very cute. Um, but then as they are growing up, they become more stubborn. Especially you will see this with boys, right? Boys have a lot of energy. They're running everywhere.
Exactly.
They're running all over the place, and they don't listen. They're very naughty. And it's not their mistake. It is Krishna's mistake. They all learned all these naughty things from Krishna. So, uh, so we can see how stubborn mind is.
Only, Prabhuji, one thing. Only when we see, generally for Tanvishna, I will say very nicely, then only he will listen. If for last week little bit I'll angry, he will be saying, okay, mama. But
Yeah.
Tanvish will never ever, only to see with very politely, nicely, then only he will very receive and do everything then.
Yeah.
Like that. That is the difference, Rose. Thank
Yes,
you.
Prabhuji. I feel my child is like a monkey only. He's like Hanumanji only. He
Yeah,
needs
I know. Atharv is very famous.
proper strength to understand, and then only he'll come to the line. That's what I always believe. He's like a monkey. His mind never settles, and he's always in a chirpy mode. He's always in a jumping mode. Monkey.
Yeah. He's very curious, you know.
Over curious.
I remember, you know, the first time or second time when I saw him at Bellevue Temple. Generally, we don't allow kids to enter the kitchen, right? So I was standing there at the entrance of kitchen, and he was very curious, very eager to enter the kitchen and see what's happening there.
Yeah, he's too inquisitive from his birth, Puji. When he was 9 months, also he was started moving, walking straight in 9 months itself. He
Yeah,
started touching everywhere and walking. So he's been too inquisitive,
yeah.
extremely inquisitive. It's too difficult with this guy.
Just tolerate him for a couple of years, and just give him lots of love, and he will be fine after some time.
So when I'm in this class, he takes a full advantage of watching TV because father is busy in the office. I am busy here, so he's taking full advantage right now. He will not even listen right now. So I have to move out and give him food, and then only he will. Otherwise, he will not listen. So
Yeah.
it's difficult.
Yeah. So, yeah, Chandrakala has only one daughter, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, very easy.
Very lucky.
Very easy to handle. And Pranusha or Prasuna?
Pranusha, Prabhuji.
Pranusha, yeah. Pranusha, she sings very nicely, and she memorizes shlokas very nicely. So, yeah.
I have to push her, Prabhuji. She will not focus. I have to.
Yeah. So we can see from kids how obstinate, how stubborn the mind is. Dridam. Pramadi, Balavat, Dridam. These are the three features that Arjuna describes about mind. Chanchalam. If we include Chanchalam also, four qualities of mind. Chanchalam, Pramadhi, Balavat, Dridam. Four qualities. And all destructing qualities, all dangerous qualities. I mean, if the mind is just Chanchalam itself is a very difficult thing to handle. That itself is very challenging. That itself is a very difficult task. And on top of that, Pramadhi. And the load is increasing. On top of that, Dridam. And on top of that, Balavat. So everything is piling up, increasing, the difficulty of the task. So Kulshekar Alvar is saying, my mind is very uncontrolled. Mind is attached to so many of these objects. On top of that, if I am going through all these difficulties, kapha-vāta-pittaih, hāvarodhana-vidhau, smaranam kutaste. When all these bodily difficulties are happening, and when my throat is getting choked, how can I remember you? Yes, Sankita.
Quick question, Prabhuji. Dridam and Balwant, they are not same.
No, Balavat means has strong power, right? Mind is very, very powerful to.
And that's why Dridam is also strong only, right?
No,
Dridam.
Dridam is obstinate. Dridam is like determined.
Determined, yeah, okay.
Determined. Yeah.
Very good.
Dridam is determined, stubborn, strong, not strong, obstinate. Yeah. So, Balavat means the power, the strength to do things. Mind wants to do sinful things. Mind has the power to do sinful things. But when the intelligence is trying to control that, intelligence is trying to stop that, the mind becomes obstinate, doesn't listen. So that's how you can understand Balavat and Dridam. Yeah. So Kulshekar Alvar is saying, first of all, controlling my mind is difficult, and then on top of that, if I have to tolerate all these difficulties the body is going through, hāvarodhana-vidhau smaranam kutaste. How can I remember you, Krishna? So the internal meaning of this is, when Kulshekar Alvar is saying, when I am going through these bodily pains, it is very difficult to remember you, Krishna. The internal meaning is, there are two meanings. Two different acharyas have given two different meanings. One acharya says, Kulshekar Alvar wants to end his life at that moment. Which moment? When his bodily health is in good condition. He wants to quit this body. He wants to die. He wants to end this life. So that when everything is in good condition, when the mind is mind is getting disciplined, and when the intelligence is getting sharpened by reading scriptures, all these things, and bodily health is in good condition, it is possible, right? We can see from our experience also, when we are chanting, when there are no problems in life, then we can focus on our Maha Mantra chanting. But when there is a problem, when there is a job loss, or when there is some health problem, our mind always goes there. It becomes difficult to chant. That's why that Acharya explains that Kulshekar Alvar wants to end his life when he is in good health, so that he can remember Krishna and go back to spiritual world. That is one interpretation. Another interpretation is, since it is very difficult to remember Krishna at the time of death, because all these things are going on, the bodily problems will will amplify at the time of death. That's why we have to increase our sadhana during our lifetime. We have to increase the practice of remembering Krishna during our lifetime, so that it will be possible to remember Krishna at the time of death. Even though we are going through all these bodily pains, it will still be possible to remember Krishna at the time of death, only if we practice remembrance of Krishna very sincerely, very strongly, very intensely, with a sense of urgency throughout our lifetime. Now, generally,
I want to share. Like daily, I will think in that way. I don't know whether it is going to help me, or morning when I will wake up, I will always think that I want to surrender everything, tan man than alaga alaga. I will think about it, and apart from that, any thought, any work I will do, it's for your pleasure only.
Yeah.
I always think sometimes I will write also, sometimes I'll forget, because before we start our day, it's very difficult to do the things I remember also.
Yeah.
So that helped me a lot, Prabhuji, while writing from the last 1 month. I think I'm writing it. But
Yeah.
this and even the chanting also, I was not that good. Means from the last few months, I was not that good. Like earlier, I used to do morning. I am not able to wake up in that way.
Yeah.
But now, these days, please, while sleeping, also please give me energy to chant without close my eyes and chant and think about you only.
Yeah.
I'll. So this will help us, Prabhuji, by writing this. But like Shastra, I'm not able to read it. Maybe that make a path, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, the simplest way of developing this habit of remembering Krishna is we need to become conscious of the present moment and think of Krishna in what we are doing. So most of the times we let the mind wander somewhere, but we have to bring it back and we have to be conscious. We have to be aware of, we have to become aware of the present moment and remember Krishna in whatever we are doing. So this is the standard technique that is discussed in meditation classes, yoga and meditation classes. They teach the technique to control mind is, the mind is chanchala, right? Wavering. Mind, one second the mind is here, next second the mind is somewhere else. So the technique that is discussed in yoga and meditation classes is you become aware of the fact that mind is going somewhere and you bring it back. With a conscious effort, you bring it back. With a conscious effort, we have to bring it back. So we have to make a conscious effort to remember something of Krishna, the deity form of Krishna in the temple, or the service. For example, on Janmashtami day, you did some service. So think about that service, or think about this class, this discussion. Think about some shloka from Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra, Vishnu Sahasranama, Shikshashtakam, or anything. Anything related to Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, it is helping Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra class, Bhagavad-gita class, Prabhuji. I feel like only listening, but it doesn't work every time. But I will start telling to everybody at home whenever I listen good thing.
Yeah.
It's very nice,
Annapurna
Prabhuji.
Mataji, you told you'll write in the morning or else while before sleeping.
Yeah, morning only. When I wake up, I'll write. It's like because now I feel like while writing, I'll remember.
Good
Because
idea.
I'll
What
write
do you
it
write?
like
Slokas or Hare Krishna Mahamantra?
Kadu, Prabhuji. But just Lasvi, wait a minute. Lasvi, I'm talking now. What I write like because Hare Krishna Radha Rani Kripa Vala, I can able to whatever a single thought comes to me or whatever I did is for the Krishna Ananda. I will think right in that way. And tan man dhan surrender to lotus feet of Krishna Prabhuji. Dhan man inka tan man dhana ala rastana. I'll write it. So it helped me. It helped me little bit, Prabhuji,
So
but I don't know.
daily you'll put the date and then you'll write every
Date
same
not
note.
right, not right.
Okay.
I'll give the Ganesha name and the name of the all lords, whatever I like it. Because I alone I cannot write because that will give that and it's a lord name and then a small piece of paper, white paper. Daily I will write in that way. Because the chanting all this because if I'll say also I'll forget. So I think writing helped me little bit, Prabhuji. So I'm sharing with everybody in this class.
One thing earlier I used to write Sloka Mataji. It really
Really?
helps actually. Yeah, earlier, but now I stopped. I don't know what to do with that paper. So
No, keep it in upper. We can keep it as a like. I will like. I'll keep as a folder. We can keep and
uh,
create. Right?
nice Mataji actually. I never used to write
Only
own
that
thoughts
only
like that.
Krishna will give us the energy actually.
Yeah. Used to earlier once
Because
I used Yeah,
Really?
Rama name they used to say, right. But I was wondering what to do with those paper books and all. Then I thought, okay, let us chant. That is better.
Yeah, chanting is very much, it changed my life. Very nice, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mata, Divya. Chanting also helped me a lot, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
The word vibrates in our body and that will change our thought process altogether. That is my experience, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
In fact,
Sincerely,
as
it's
you
very,
told, writing will actually, as we see it, has more impact. You are correct.
yes.
Even psychologists say
Yeah.
that, but every day we write what to do. That one. That was the question.
Yeah. When you are writing, you become more attentive
Correct, Prabhuji.
because your hand, that is a touch, right? That is one of the senses. Your mind is one of the senses. It is a sixth sense, and hand, the touch. So you are engaging more senses in doing whatever you are doing. So writing helps instead of saying. That's why in the classes, it's a good habit to write down some points. Then it becomes easy to remember. Yeah. So yeah, whatever helps, whatever technique helps, each one is different. So for somebody, something like this will help, like writing on a piece of paper will help. For somebody, just memorizing shlokas will help. For somebody, something else will help.
Reciting Shloka, whatever you taught us, Prabhuji, the few Rukmani prayers also, and the Damodaram Ashtakam, like that, and the Bhagavad 2.14 to what 47, that daily we will recite,
Yeah,
Prabhuji. What we remember.
nice, nice.
Whatever remember that continue, we'll sing like that.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
A lot of energy in the shlokas.
Yeah.
Thank you for Prabhuji. For credit goes to you actually, the way you take that time and teaches us patiently.
Yeah.
ఏకాంతం భవంతం to చాలా చాలా నచ్చింది actually, that bhavantam ఏకాంతం daily I will meditate on that sentence. I don't know why, Prabhuji. భవంతం అంతం ఎంత బాగుందంటే నాకు I liked so much. Means like we are talking to the God, Prabhuji. Chala I like that. I felt that sentence very nice.
Yeah. So
Thank you,
we
Prabhuji.
need to, in order to prioritize hearing Krishna Katha, learning Shastra like this, we have to do many sacrifices. Only then this will happen. For example, today there's a party in the temple. So one of the two families actually, two families from temple congregation only, their boy and girl, boy from one family, girl from another family, they're getting married. They're getting married on Saturday, but today is a pre-marriage, some meetup in the temple. They have invited all people in the temple, so everybody is in the temple. People, Prabhu, Shitu Mataji, they're also there. Shweta is also there. So my family is also there. So I went there for 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, just to give my attendance, and then I came home to discuss Krishna Katha.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Really?
Yeah, so like that, almost every day there will be something or the other, right? As a family, you have to do something, or something personal you have to do. But only when we sacrifice those things, we can get time to discuss Krishna Katha like this. So, and you're all
And
taking time, you're all sacrificing many things. The credit
yes,
goes to
Prabhuji.
all of you also.
Yeah, Prabhuji. But now I am not even feeling sacrificed. I feel like it's like that is not even like అలాగా అంత ఏం అనిపించట్లేదు ఏదో అంటే టైము కృష్ణ కథ ఇట్స్ వాల్యుబుల్ అనిపిస్తుంది ప్రభుజీ.
Yeah,
That is the value
yeah.
of
When
the
other
things.
things become,
Even though,
when you get attracted to Krishna Katha,
yeah,
when you
secondary.
taste this higher taste, other things will become secondary. Yeah. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinaha rasavarjam rasopyasya param drushtva nivartate. Param drushtva. Param means higher. Drushtva means seeing or experiencing. When a person experiences the higher taste, then all other material enjoyment, the sense objects, the sense gratification, they will lose interest in that. Param drishtva nivartate. So we have to give an attempt to taste this higher taste. The problem with many people is they don't make an effort to taste this higher taste.
Paramanandam.
Then we will get Paramanandam. If we taste the if we do the Param Drishtva, we will get Paramanandam. Yeah. Paramanandam, Sandranandam. Yeah. Okay, so coming back to the Shloka discussion, let's read this purport. Okay, I'll share the screen. So, Srividya, since you joined late, we started discussing 33rd Shloka. Okay, so we already finished the 32 Shlokas.
Prabhuji, I attended only.
You haven't attended many days. That's why we finished 32 Shlokas.
No, Prabhuji, 2 days only I didn't attend. Super fast.
Yeah. So after 6th Shloka, this Shloka is connected. In 6th Shloka, Kulshekara Alvar prays, Charanau te maranepi chintayami. Oh Krishna, let me remember you at the time of death. But now in this 33rd Shloka, Kulshekara Alvar is talking about some challenge that's going to happen at the time of death. How can I remember you at the time of death? Oh Krishna. When my throat is choked up with mucus, bile and air, how can I remember you? Okay, so before we go into the purport, let me tell about this this beautiful analogy that's given here. Pañjarāntam. Pañjarāntam and adyaiva me viśatu mānasa-rāja-hamsaha. Okay, the analogy is given here is Hamsa. So mind is compared to Hamsa here. What is Hamsa?
Swan.
Okay. So what's the quality or what's the activity of a swan?
It can separate out, only drink milk,
Yes.
pre-mixed water and milk.
Yeah. So swan can, if you give a bowl of milk that also has water in it, swan has the ability to separate water out from it and can drink only milk. So you'll be surprised to see water remaining in the bowl and all the milk, the pure milk is, consumed by the swan.
Is it true, Prabhuji? We keep hearing this. Is it true, Prabhuji?
I have never seen it personally. It may be possible. Yeah, it may be possible. Yeah. So the great saintly people, they are compared to swan, Hamsa, Paramahamsa. You will hear this word, right? Paramahamsa.
Yes, Prabhuji.
As a title to many acharyas, gurus. Paramahamsa, you'll see this.
And also many people have the name Saraswati, Prabhuji. I don't know why they have like
Saraswati,
added.
so they are well versed in scriptures.
Okay.
Yeah, because the knowledge comes from Saraswati, right? The ability to learn something, the ability to speak something comes from Saraswati Devi.
Yeah, usually they have Ananda, Hamsa, and Saraswati. Ananda, yeah, because they experience that bliss.
Yeah.
So
So Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master, his guru, His name is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati.
Okay.
Yeah, his name itself has Saraswati word in it. Not the title, but his name itself has Saraswati in it.
While like his parents named him like that, or like his
It was given to him. Yeah, it
given
was
to him.
given. After he became so elevated in spirituality, this name was given to him.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Like Prabhupada's name is Abhay Charan. That's the name given by parents.
Mhm.
But then, as he became sincere and elevated in spirituality, in bhakti, he was given a name Bhakti Vedanta. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So, coming back to this Hamsa discussion, right? So that's the quality of Hamsa that we are all aware of. Another activity of Hamsa is it's a sporting activity because Hamsa lives in the water, right? And Hamsa the swan wants to enjoy some sports, like the kids, how they want to enjoy some sports, playing cricket or playing soccer, something like that. The swan also has a sporting activity. The sporting activity of a swan is if there is a lotus in the pond where the swan is, the swan tries to enter the lotus using the petals. Through the petals, slowly it tries to crawl and enter into the lotus flower. That's an activity, sporting activity. So here, Kulshekar Alvar is using this analogy, this comparison, to say that just like how the swan, the Raja-hamsa, just like how the Raja-hamsa is, Hamsa and Raja-hamsa, he calls the mind as Raja-hamsa. Okay, just like how the swan or Hamsa tries to enter the lotus flower through the lotus petals, similarly, let this mind, let this Raja-hamsa, which is the mind, enter your lotus feet. Enter your lotus feet. So that's the analogy, beautiful analogy given by Kulshekar Alvar in that. So now let's read the purport. Okay, so we all can take turns and read different paragraphs. Okay, Srividya, you want to start reading the first paragraph?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So first read the translation also because you did not, you missed the translation, right? Read it.
Okay. Translation. O Lord Krishna, at this moment let the royal swan of my mind enter the tangled stems of the lotus of your feet. How will it be possible for me to remember you at the time of death when my throat will be choked up with mucus, bile, and air? Purport. Of all the verses of the Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra, this one was the most beloved of Srila Prabhupada. He frequently quoted it and sang it as a bhajana. On one of the first record albums His Divine Grace produced, he sang the Sloka as a complete song. Devotees who served Srila Prabhupada often heard him sing it as he went about his daily activities, or sometimes alone in his room. He also quoted it many times in his purports. Here he explains it in the purport to the second verse of the English chapter of his Bhagavad Gita. That's Bhagavad Gita as it is. In reference to the word, in reference to the word prayāna kala, which carries the same meaning as prāna pranaya samaye, prāna prayāna samaye in Kulashekara's verse. Now the word prayāna kale.
Somebody else will read this.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, it's interesting. When you read this line for the first time, you said pranaya-samaye, right?
Yeah, Prabhuji.
So you are a friend of Prasanna, and when we had this daily call of reading Bhagavatam few years ago for Bhagavad Gita, so Prasanna used to join every day, and that shloka from Bhagavad Gita, almost every day she used to read it like that only in the call.
Following it.
Instead of prayana kala, she used to say pranaya kala.
That's why we are friends, Prabhuji.
That's why you're friends. Yeah. Okay. Um, okay. So now somebody else. Amita, are you still there? Okay. I think she left. Yeah. Chandrakala, you can read this. Second
Yes,
paragraph.
Prabhuji. Now the word Prayanakale in this Bhagavad Gita verse is very significant because whatever we do in life will be tested at the time of the death. Arjuna is very anxious to know of those who are constantly engaged in Krishna consciousness. What should be their position at that final moment? At the time of death, all the bodily functions are disrupted and the mind is not in a proper condition. Thus, disturbed by the bodily situation, one may not be able to remember the Supreme Lord. Maharaja Kulashekara, a great devotee, prays, "My dear Lord, just now I am quite healthy, and it is better that I die immediately so that the swan of my mind can seek entrance at the stem of your lotus feet." The metaphor is used because the swan, a bird of the water, takes pleasure in digging into the lotus flowers. Its sporting proclivity is to enter the lotus flower. Maharaja Kulashekara says to the Lord, "Now my mind is undisturbed and I am quite healthy. If I die immediately thinking of your lotus feet, then I am sure that my performance of your devotional service will become perfect. But if I have to wait for my natural death, then I do not know what will happen because at that time the bodily functions will be disrupted. My throat will be choked up, and I do not know whether I shall be able to chant your name. Better let me die immediately."
Yeah. Okay. So Ankita, can you read this and next paragraph also?
Yes, Prabhuji. One second.
Okay. 1 second.
Yeah.
Oh, we have Anita also. Okay. Yeah, I thought that was Amita, but this is Anita. Okay. Yeah. మీరు చదవగలరా ఇప్పుడు?
Prabhuji's screen is not shared.
Yeah, I'm sharing. Yes.
Later in the 8th chapter, Lord Krishna says that the exact moment of death is crucial. Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, that state he will remain without fail. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verse 6. And in his purports, Srila Prabhupada repeatedly recommends chanting the Hare Krishna mantra as the best process for remembering Krishna at the time of death and successfully transferring oneself to the spiritual world.
Yeah. Read the next paragraph also.
The practical difficulty brought up in Kulashekara's verse is that although it is crucial to remember Krishna at the time of death, that time also produces the greatest disruption of one's physical and mental functions. Srila Prabhupada explained that death occurs when the body becomes so painful that the soul finds it unbearable to live in the body any longer. Therefore, the paradox. At the time when we should be the most meditative, fixing our mind on Krishna and preparing to transfer ourselves to the spiritual world, We are also faced with the greatest possible distraction in the form of agonizing pain. Thus, here King Kurukshetra's prays to die now in good health, so he will be able to absorb his mind in thoughts of Krishna's lotus feet. Should I say that?
Anita, are you able to read?
Yeah, Prabhuji.
Yeah, this paragraph.
The Acharyas have assured us.
Acharyas.
Oh, sorry. The Acharyas have assured us that the essence of Krishna
Consciousness.
consciousness is our lifelong devotional activities and sentiments. Krishna will not disqualify or discount our accumulated devotional activities due to a last moment fit or sudden heart failure. Nevertheless, we should always practice chanting Hare Krishna so that we will be able to pass the test at the end.
Yeah.
Sorry, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
In the Ishopanishad, Shloka number 17, a devotee requests the Lord, at the moment of my death, please remember all that I have done for you. In his purport, Srila Prabhupada informs us that Krishna does not have to be reminded. He is the witness within our heart, and he also desires, more than we do, that we come back to him, back to Godhead. Considering the trauma of death and dangerous quirks of fate, however, Maharaj Kulashekara prays that he may die immediately rather than wait for old age, when he may forget Krishna in the agony of death throes. Okay, so we will discuss more about this purport tomorrow. It's already 10 o'clock. If there is any quick question, comment, reflection, we can take.
Just a summary of what I missed.
A summary of what you missed. Yeah, so basically, anyway, I'll summarize tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow in the beginning of the class, I'll summarize and then we can continue discussing this purport.
Because we were discussing like those 3 slokas are about he doesn't want to avoid the naraka, and he's not interested in like enjoying in heaven.
Yeah.
He wants only the feet. And after that, you told the topic will change, right, Prabhuji? I think.
After that, from 7th shloka onwards, it's a different theme. But then this shloka, 33rd shloka, is very important. It's very favorite to Prabhupada. Prabhupada used to sing and quote this shloka many times when he was there.
And this is related to 6th sloka.
Related to 6th shloka. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji. And then we will go to next topic maybe tomorrow. Like the next theme.
Tomorrow also we'll discuss about this shloka only, 33rd shloka. And then Wednesday onwards, new theme.
Okay. Very curious to know what is the new theme.
Yeah. So maybe I'll speak the very first shloka. The very first shloka is Sri Vallabheti Vardeti, right?
Right.
But there is one more before that, which is not there in the book that I have given to some of you, and also in Veda base when you see, or in the slides that we read every day, you don't see that one shloka, but we'll read that one, the very first shloka. You can say shloka number 0. Okay. Shloka number 0. Yeah. Okay. Mangalam.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, so I after reading the purport, it felt that the answer was there in the purport
Yes.
in the end.
Yeah.
But is there any shloka further where I will get the answer, or this is the answer that which Prabhupada had written? Is there any shloka on
That's the answer. Towards the end, that's the answer. So we'll discuss more about that tomorrow in detail.
Okay. So there is no further shloka answering to this shloka. Is that what I wanted to ask?
Yeah. No, there's no further shloka.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Prabhuji, you are telling this Mangalam Kosalendraya Sloka, right, Prabhuji? What is the meaning, Prabhuji? Sarva Bhaumaya Mangalam means what, Prabhuji?
Sarva Bhaumaya Mangalam. Sarva Bhauma means Chakravarti, emperor.
Oh, okay.
Emperor. He is the emperor of Ayodhya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mangalam Kosalendraya Mahaniya Gunatmane, like great qualities. Chakravarti Tanujaya, he's a son of Dasharatha.
Yeah.
Sarva Bhaumaya Mangalam, he's a great
Sarva Bhauma also is Chakravarti only.
Okay, Prabhuji.
So the first place, Chakravarti Tanujaya, that refers to Dasharatha.
Dasharatha, yes.
Yeah. And here, Sarva Bhauma means referring to Ramachandra as a king.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is this sloka from? Is it from Valmiki Ramayanam or?
This is from Valmiki Ramayana. In the Valmiki Ramayana, Dhyana Shlokams, this is there.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Very nice.
They start reading the Balakanda. There are 20-30 Dhyana Shlokams.
It starts with Mangalam and ends with Mangalam. It's very nice.
Yes.
sloka.
Yes. Yeah. Mangalam Kosalendraya Mahaniya Gunatmane Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mukunda-Mālā-Stotra ki jai. Kulshekar Alvar ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Krishna.